I was sewing, hustling, working for the Mardi Gras Carnival in New Orleans, I'm outside. Everybody talking about, boy, your suit cold. It's only one Super Sunday, it ain't the Super Bowl. I was sewing, hustling, working for the Mardi Gras Carnival in New Orleans, I'm outside. Everybody talking about, boy, your suit cold. It's only one Super Sunday, it ain't the Super Bowl. Mardi Gras, walking in the street like I run the town. Don't blow your horn at me to move, drive around. We outside. I ain't tellin'.
Welcome back to another episode of the OC Chronicle podcast. We have a special guest, Flagboy Giz. Yo,
it's Giz, like okay. Little Gizmo, you heard it?
Giz.
That makes sense.
I
said everything but the right thing when I first heard your name.
Funny? That's my nickname my grandpa gave me. He said when I was young, I used to just be moving around a lot. Mm-hmm. You like, I'm going to just call you Gizmo. I don't know what to call you.
Man, nigga was ripping me. Let me turn this shit up. Nigga was ripping me at all these parish school. On that bus home, nigga was like, bitch, you look like Gizmo. And, you know, I got to school the next day, and niggas was still calling me Gizmo. And I got to college, and they kept calling me Gizmo. And then I even started doing the Indian shit, and, you know, by then, I had, like, Giz was what certain niggas was calling me. So it was like, I was going to put Gizmo in it. So I was like, wait, niggas call me Giz anyway.
Right.
You know, I ain't about to put my government name out there right now.
But yeah, you don't have to.
It ain't Giz.
Might be for messing that up. But this Ziggy Alex.
HOLLI.
And I'm Lucky Lucci.
And we about to get into some things today. So, I want to start off asking you, like, where you from, just the basic.
Well, I'm from the city. Mm-hmm. I'm out the Ninth Ward. Then when I moved from the Ninth Ward, from the Desire to a better part of the Ninth Ward, around Pontchartrain Park. When I was like 4, I stayed in the Ninth Ward till Katrina. Came back after that. Katrina hollered at the little chick that lived 5 houses down that I always tried to holler at growing up. Mm-hmm. Put a baby in her.
Like a dog.
Insipidity.
Like a dog.
We moved uptown on Chapatulas, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I ended up living with her and my daughter who 9-11. I ain't with my baby mama no more. Well, my daughter mama. I don't like saying baby mama. I ain't with my daughter's mother right now. But that's where I lived on Chapatulas for a long time. And, you know, that's where I first even saw the wild Chapatulas Indians, all that kind of stuff. And it was a while before I was able to, like, get with them and be like, man, I'm about to try to get in the tribe, too. But that's pretty much where I'm from.
That's interesting, because I thought you was from Uptown.
I thought you was
like,
from Uptown.
You know, I seen the suit you made, the Soldier Slim suit and all that. I just automatically, like, you embodied a lot of the Uptown energy by being Wild Top Tula's Indian. And I thought you was from Uptown. So that's why as soon as you said you was from Ninth Ward, I looked like, oh, that's shocking. I didn't even know that.
Ward, but I've been living uptown since pretty much most of Hurricane Katrina. Mm-hmm. For the last 3 years, though, I've been back downtown. I've been, like, chilling in Gentilly. And you be thinking that Gentilly would be nice, but shit, I'd be recording the songs and that bitch. I'd be in the middle of calling. I was sawing hustling. You hear pop, 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 pop.
That's that.
I'd be able to recall like the original session that we outside. If like I could really give you the audio, you'd be like, nigga, gunshot started. It was some wild happened. Like in the middle of recording, I had to stop. Like
you think that's the overflow?
That in court. Somebody might need that court evidence. You heard me? It was 2 different caliber guns that went off while I was recording. We outside. I know the date, the time. I was like, if y'all need this, I ain't snitching.
You think that's the East overflow, like, or you just think?
That's just New Orleans, man.
New Orleans, period.
Right.
New Orleans just, you know, this day and age, bro, time change. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of information right there on the phone. Like, YouTube is a university. Niggas know how to, you know, legit, you can learn how to start a car on the phone.
Real talk.
Right.
True.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what? You can fix a car on the phone.
Real talk. That's all you got to do is put it in.
Stuff off of a car on the phone. You can learn how to repair your own stuff. So what make you think these kids not, you know, so it's just a lot going on. And it's not even just kids, it's adults. It's you know what I'm saying? It's not just black people. It's white people too. Everybody in this thing is cutting up and it's just, a lot going on. So it don't matter where you live at right now. I don't know. Maybe Lakeview got the police. I don't know. That's where they be at.
Right. Cause they ain't nowhere around where they need to be at.
Right.
But I seen something like with like Hyundais and Kias. It was like either one of the two or both. They was starting the cars with chargers.
Yeah, USBs.
With a charger.
USB.
Like a phone charger.
USBs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Starting the car.
Start your whole car with it. Gone.
Right.
It's like some type of system they got on their door. They can like put your phone to it, whatever app they got, and open your car. But they started with a USB.
They locked in.
Yeah.
So don't get a Kia or a Hyundai. It's over for you.
Right.
Put me on, man. But that's just, like I said, you learn that, and I didn't know that. Like, I know these kids are smart as hell, bro. And it's just, we was bad to what we could do. You know what I'm saying? We pushed the limits to what our limits was.
Right.
And they limits are greater than ours right now.
Way
That's
different.
true.
Way different. Environment way
Our
different.
parents had to adapt. Our parents had to do stuff that their parents didn't have. And we as parents gonna have to look at our kids and be like, damn, what we gonna do now that my child can type Pornhub on the phone?
That was different back then.
What you could do? You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's a lot more
you can put the
access.
blocks on there, and eventually your child will get the one device.
It's a way.
Like, you
Yeah.
can't do nothing. You
They
know
got
what I'm
pirates and all that. They friend know a pirate.
saying? Yeah.
Man, my mama blocked it on my phone. Hey, look, type this in, then you can watch all of them.
Yup.
Bad influence.
Like real talk.
So yeah,
Bad
it's
influence.
kids gonna do what they gonna do, and and teenagers gonna do what they gonna do, and it's just New Orleans just gonna do that. But I don't know what the solution is. I don't know if the leaders even know.
Yeah.
So
Well, no. But a little bit back to the conversation. I wanted to ask, for the people that don't know who you are, can you give them a little bit of insight of what you do on a cultural, aspect and your day to day? Can you give us a little bit of information about that?
well, culturally, I'm with the Wild Chopper Toolers Mardi Gras Indians. They known for like making music with the Neville brothers. They probably the most popular tribe musically. And me, I'm kind of known for just making my suit every year. Some dudes make suits I think that are prettier than mine. That's just me being my own artist. Every artist see somebody else art and be like, man, that's better than mine. You know what I'm saying? But you make your own suit every year, so I do that with the Mardi Gras Indians. I also have learned how to do music along with that. So I'm one of the few Indians who perform the music with that. I'm also with the Prince of Wales Second Line Club. That's the second oldest social aid and pleasure club in the city. Shit, I make all 25 people stuff, bro.
Right.
Man, 25.
You be putting in
Everybody
work.
suits.
Lord.
Y'all getting suspenders? What kind of shoes we getting? I'm going on the website. Y'all want leather? What y'all want? Y'all want Oxford? Y'all want boots? How y'all want the shoes? We gotta match the shoes. Gotta match whatever two-tone suits we wearing. I'm gonna design a shoe. Let these dudes vote on it. What kind of hats we getting? We can't get this hat because these niggas' heads too big.
Yeah.
We can't get this hat 'cause these dudes too fat.
Yeah.
Do that. Then afterwards, I gotta sit there and make all them sashes with everybody's name on there, with the thing hanging on the side with the logo. Or if it's the little streamer where it's like just hang over your neck like that, and you gotta have your fans or your umbrella, your cane, whatever we coming out the door with. I'm just one of the members of the club. You got other people who do stuff like with the permits and all that. And then with all of that combined, I write grants for a lot of people in the city too. So
That's
I
dope.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
So let me ask you this. So you feel like some people's suits be prettier than yours or whatever, but one of your suits, like, didn't National Geographic come to see you?
many times they be writing me to try to come. I be ducking them.
You be ducking them?
If you ain't got no melanin, you can't get close.
That makes sense.
Right.
It's not even really like me sitting there saying all my life interactions, black people just been better to me. But it's just like when it comes to the Mardi Gras Indians, like me knowing, like, man, growing up, you ain't even see white people out here.
Yeah.
No culture vultures.
And now y'all out here with these cameras with these long gray lens like you at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to catch me from a block away. So, I'm trying to make sure if you ain't really black, you're not even getting no good shot of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make the other Indians try to feel the same way. Like, I bring my own photographer now.
Right.
So, I really kind of, people be like, man, look at this photo I took of you. Like, man, look how good you look. And it's like,
Yeah.
man, I just think I knew that. Like, it ain't your art. That's still, like, I planned this when I was making this shit. Like, I already know what I'm doing for Mardi Gras. And people go catch me and be like, man, look what I caught you right here. And I be thinking, nigga, I knew you was right there. And I knew to stand right here like this so that the fucking feathers, I knew how this shit was going to come out.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't your art. Like, you be thinking that your photo so cold. Like, nigga, I sat there for a year and made this shit.
Yeah.
To be cold on Mardi Gras, St. Joe, Super Sunday, all that shit. The last one I burnt up.
I seen that.
Yeah,
I seen that.
Lord.
That's the one you was burning on the cover?
Yeah, on the cover of the album. So I burnt that shit up because, I like a lot of the documentaries the Indians always say, like, they make something brand new every year and they destroy them, but they never show nobody destroying them. And I meet them dudes and I see, like, they'll have, like, they tribe will be short Indians and they'll have one of the other Indians wearing the old suit in the tribe, you know what I'm saying, with a different position. And then added some different feathers and not even a wild man. And it's
But
like,
you know better.
And I be knowing, I'm sitting there because I'm looking at what you got on.
Right,
I'm
you
sitting there
actually
trying
make
to
'em.
be like the best looking one. So I'm sitting there like, okay, what he had on, man, who had on that? And when I see something that really stick out to me, I'm gonna remember that. So then when I see you next year, it's just little stuff. Like even if you do have something brand new, but you took the back and put all that old stuff in the back, I'm gonna tell you, because I ain't having nothing I wore on. Everything brand new, and to prove it's brand new, I'll burn it. I'll burn that shit up on video for y'all right now.
Since we on the subject, can we break it down? What's a U-Haul engine?
Please, dude.
I heard you say it like that because that's how you say it. What's a U-Haul engine? What's a hot glue engine? What break that down.
A U-Haul engine, I learned that from the other Indians. The Indian, you supposed to be like in a neighborhood. You supposed to run that neighborhood. That's like y'all tribe. The chief supposed to be the nigga that everybody come to in the neighborhood, and he help people get the stuff together, come out. So it's supposed to be a unity type thing. So the tribe supposed to walk together on Super Sunday. Some of the tribes from downtown, they make these big phenomenal suits, but they can't wear it. It's not really no Indian suit. It's like, yeah, it was a nice work of art, but on Mardi Gras, you can't really even run around with it. So what they do, they rent U-Hauls. They rent U-Hauls, and I be seeing them dudes hanging out the back of the U-Haul, riding up the street. They be half thing on. You see a bunch of big feathers and the heavy patches hanging. They just be hanging out like they firemen on the back of the U-Haul, and they be riding around the city. Y'all go see it. Maybe they not. Maybe they know.
Yeah,
they always talk. Cause you open our eyes.
You put them on beam.
Real tough.
So I know. I mean, I'm a wild chopper toolist. So it's not like I'm walking from 2nd and D with the Wild Magnolias. I ain't walking from, right by Oshner Hospital with the Golden Eagles and Monk Boudreaux and them, and just going down Claiborne and going to 2nd and D. Like, I got to come from the river, and I walk from the river. I cross over the damn Rex. I always like to point my gun at Rex just because it's like the white people.
Yeah.
Fucking be like, stop, fuck y'all parade. Let all the babies pass and let the tribe pass.
Yeah.
Then I got to walk all the way to 2nd and D. Then like we walk into the park. We walking to MLK like by churches.
Lord.
Then we going over the bridge, coming down by Tulane. We get to Orleans. There's people still out there from Zulu. Before I even gonna meet the other end, they're like, let me go take some photos with these niggas, because I done made this shit. I worked hard on it. Then we gotta walk to St. Bernard. I'm meeting Indians and these dudes, I done met 20 different flag boys by then, and these dudes they ain't looking like they put too much work in it. They're like, boy, you ain't got enough on. And I'm just so ready. I'm ready to tell you what I told a nigga 5 niggas ago.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I already got some shit for you, and, it's easy work. We stop at St. O. So from Chopper Toolers to St. O. You wouldn't even think you could walk from Chopper Toolers to St. O. And my fat ass do that shit in an Indian suit.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, I don't really be realizing. I'll be like, man, that was a fun walk. Tripping. I never do that shit the next day.
But walking and you don't even feel
It's a
it.
passion, though. It's a passion.
But it's like, yeah, so you got to do that shit. And it's like, on that way, you meet these dudes, face paint ain't dripping. They ready to stand there in the street, talk to you all along because they rode a U-Haul.
Right.
If you really walking around, you ain't trying to talk to me that long.
Boy, what?
Now I can understand why you take so much offense to U-Haul Indians. You being a bigger guy, no offense, walking all that way, and they ain't walking it.
And they gonna meet you halfway and hold you up.
Man, get out my face.
After they hopped out of U-Haul.
Get out my face, U-Haul engine. You know what I mean?
That's what that is. And I ain't really call nobody no hot glue Indians, but they know they be out there too. Hot glue. You said hot glue Indian?
I heard somebody else use the term hot glue Indian. I ain't, Hey, I'm soaking up all game.
If you got hot glue and people don't see the hot glue, then you ain't no hot glue. If
All
everybody
right.
see the hot glue, then
You're right.
I wouldn't call you that unless I actually saw the glue off the thing. I'm not gonna say I didn't do that before.
So that's the right and wrong with it of doing it.
I done told somebody that like that's what you don't do, and that's that wasn't right.
Yeah.
That wasn't right. But I mean, sometimes I didn't got to the point I ain't trying to really beat them. I'm just like, long as the next suit better than the last suit I did.
Yeah.
I ain't tripping on, So I think I'm good for this Mardi Gras. Next Mardi Gras, I already know what I'm gonna do, but I don't know if it's gonna be better than this Mardi Gras. So I gotta figure out something I can do with it.
To take it over the
I
top.
know this Mardi Gras.
Definitely gonna be looking for y'all out there.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna be looking for
You
y'all out
gotta
there.
see it. You gonna see it.
Okay. So what inspired you to get into making costumes and to doing everything that you're doing now? What inspired you?
Well, just doing black shit in New Orleans. Like just knowing that the Indians was for black people. And just that, and that's what it was started for, and to be out there around it. And then actually I started knowing the chief of the tribe real well. And I looked at him, he was short one member. I was like, man, if y'all need me to be like a spy boy, I do like that little shit. And he was like, nah, you gotta do Flagboy if you do it. And I was like, well shit, I had this opportunity, well let me just do this shit for this 1 year and see. And then that first year, it was cool. I think that first year I looked better than most of the niggas I come across. I was telling niggas that was their first year, and it was like, you lying. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Nigga,
That's a big compliment.
You got 2 people sewing. Like, no, nigga, I learned on a fly this year. Like, nigga, I learned over the phone what I'm supposed to be doing. What you talking about? Like, and I was, niggas was in their feelings. And then I just was looking at the details of like how small my beads were compared to this shit. It just started to be like, I'm gonna really get to talk shit to these niggas about them not having enough time to sew.
Yeah.
So with that, like with the with being an Indian, like it's certain like levels to it, like certain rankings to it.
Yeah. What's the ranks?
So like like the spy boys at the front, they like they got a job. They like scout the other tribes and shit. But mostly the spy boys like they run into it and get into all the shit. They pretty much arrange the whole meeting. So the spy boys up there like telling the other spy boy, look, I got Flagboy behind me. I got the Wild Man. I got a third queen, a third chief, second queen, and we gonna meet the uptown way, which is when you gotta meet everybody one by one and shake everybody's hand. You know what I'm saying? Because it's different ways. People be like, open up the hole and the chiefs meet and all that, and you go arrange the meeting. And sometimes the other Indian might say, well, look, I just got my chief with me. We've been walking from downtown. Let me just meet my chief, meet your chief, and just see. And they go send a signal back, and we gonna be like, hold up. And he gonna send a signal back to me. They just want the chief to do it. And I gotta send a signal back to the Wild Man. And the Wild Man go send it, and it's like, we sitting there just relaying messages like, it's like we playing Indian. We ain't really trying to hurt each other, but it do get wild on St. Joe. St. Joe's night, we really do,
I went out there my first time.
They didn't hurt each other. You can't have no play weapons.
Yeah.
You gotta really be.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
No, I went out there for
You
my
gotta be
first time.
ready.
Yeah, like
I seen it go down.
I got like for this year for Mardi Gras, like I got, I always got real guns, but my guns from this year is from like 1850. They fire.
Mm-hmm.
And like they got like engravings on them and stuff.
Yeah.
You got a musket.
Yeah.
Oh, they had, like the two ones.
This town ain't big enough.
I'm about to sit there and put the lid up in that thing and load it out. No.
I don't know, but I'm gonna have like a long flag. I'm probably gonna make the flag out of that. So that, like, when I had like the wings and open it up, because I like the fact that if I have wings, I can close that shit up and walk, and then nobody get a photo. They be like, pretty, open up, and I be like, boy, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, always somebody white, pretty, hey, pretty, like, bitch, don't get me, like, just get out my way, bro. Like, all this for you to sell my photo, man. I got my own photographer. We shooting in slow mo, bitch, the whole day.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm gonna make videos of this where I'm talking shit in slow motion. I don't need your. Get your pictures out of here. I'm controlling my own narrative, my own.
Right.
If I'm taking photos, I'm putting this shit in my own book.
Yeah.
I don't need none of y'all book. You know what I'm saying? It's same photographer, Dwight. He gonna be out there for St. Joe, for Mardi Gras, for Super Sunday. He shoot all my music videos. It's just one nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So there's always, there ain't even no confusion on who's shooting it. You know what I'm saying? And I hope he don't want to do it. That nigga starting to like Indians so much. He like, man, I don't want my mask one yet. Like, no, nigga, you who go film?
Right. No. Fall back a little bit.
So he's starting to fuck with it so much. He's like, man, I gotta get a feather in my head. I'm like, that's cool. Just stop right there. Don't do a whole suit, nigga.
Right.
How that go though? Like, could anybody be an Indian? Or you gotta be from like that? You know what I'm saying? That area.
It's the Black Mardi Gras in New Orleans. It's the Black Carnival. So. Nigga like me, I'm only doing it because I have grown up and all my elders have always been like, yeah, they got Native American in our family. I've gone to my grandmother party. She was like 105 on my father's side, and she claimed to be more Native American than black.
Gotcha.
So just like I didn't have this in my family, and then to be able to do it now, it was just like, well, shit, it's better than not to take no shots at Zulu because I always thought Zulu was dope, but it's like, you know. And not to take shots at their blackface, but it's like the parade of like we gonna let y'all have something on our Mardi Gras because we never gave them. Like originally they was getting shit thrown at them at the parade. You can look at the original Zulu parade from they got like something like that from on YouTube. It's like 1919 or some shit that they got a video. 1927, it's black and white. They was throwing tomatoes at them, spitting at them. You know what I'm saying? Like Mardi Gras still wasn't nothing. They gave you a parade, but you still couldn't really enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And
it was more of a mockery.
Racism ain't really stopped. You know, camera phones just camera phones kind of fuck everything up. Like the exposing shit to a lot of stuff just fuck everything up. Bourbon Street is not the same as it was because the girls gone wild. They came down here and it was like a place where women could be free and be liberated, show their titties and not be on the front of the fucking cover of the world and girls gone wild. Was like, hey, let's show the world these titties.
Facts.
And next thing you know, they ruined this shit. And like, you know, now, even on Bourbon Street right now, you ain't about to just see a whole bunch of just random titties. I remember my first set of titties I saw on somebody's shoulders on Bourbon Street.
As a teenager.
As a teenager. Oh my God, titties.
Yep.
Wasn't you supposed to be there?
Yep.
So it's like Bourbon Street changed that. And the thing is even with the Mardi Gras Indians, I be thinking like a lot of the stuff I see in the music and the stuff that we do to each other in the parks, like we are kind of reserved with that because we know those camera phones out there. We can't like hurt each other and do that. We don't want to mess up the culture. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's not even us that mess up. Like the police ruin that shit for me more than them. Like sometimes the police get scared and think that we gonna hurt each other. And like, man, we just like I like this nigga. Like we follow each other on Instagram. What you talking about? Like we saying this to each other right now, but the police pull up on us with horses. Like y'all back up.
Don't even understand.
They don't even understand it.
They're not gonna understand.
So it's just we have to be real protective of what we got, you know what I'm saying? So I just looked at, you know, after Katrina, right after Katrina, I did MTV True Life, like if you remember that TV show. So they had the MTV True Life, I'm returning to the Gulf Coast, and I did that episode. And I remember that Katrina, that Mardi Gras, I just was looking at that shit like, this shit's so cool. You know, go and see the Indians, and shit was half done, the parade, the bands had 18 people. You remember that? You know what I'm saying? That first Mardi Gras after Katrina.
Yeah.
And then it was like, you know, it was like everybody came back and was just doing something different. Like people were saying, like they were like if you remember that purple, green, and gold. If you remember that purple, green, and gold Mardi Gras color used to be. Something only for white people.
Right.
Before Katrina.
For sure. We was wearing a fire fit.
Purple, green, and gold Mardi Gras shirts. You know what I'm saying?
So since we talking about phones and we talking about technology and stuff, you had a song that went viral. Okay. We outside. How was that? How was the making of that? How was the collaborations?
So that beat, I got a beat from this dude named DJ E-Mind. Now he been in New Orleans a minute, but he from Philadelphia actually. That's where he from, and he worked with Diplo. You know, if you remember. So that's where he kind of got his bounce roots at. But he came at me because he saw I had a song with Fresh, and he was like, "Man, if that's gonna be on the album, I just want to give you some beats to be like, you know, I got a song on an album with Fresh on it." You know what I'm saying? I was like, "All right, cool." And I already had like 4 beats I did for myself. And I was like, send me what you got. And he sent it. And I remember I first heard it, and I was like, man, I ain't about to be fucking with that shot. He sample playing all that shit and getting fucking Dolomite, man. I ain't about to be doing that. And I just heard it, and then one day I just was running out of it. I said, man, let me just play on that bitch.
Yeah.
And I got in the house, you know, got to my little creative element. I don't really write nothing. I just like, you know, punch that shit in, think of it. And then, you know, I was like, I knew I wanted like the background chant to be We Outside. I do like some Ray Charles shit where I like do all the different We Outside voices. And you know what I'm saying? Like try to be, do the lady voice, do the regular nigga voice, then Barry White, that motherfucker.
Yeah.
So I tried to do like all the different We Outside. We out. I did all of them, and it sounded right. And I was like, all right, now I just got to see what Indians be doing outside.
Okay.
And, you know, the U-Haul Indian part, I remember I was playing,
I love that part
with it. And, man, I told my girl, I was like, yeah, what you think about the U-Haul Indian part? She's like, you should take that out the song. And I was like, oh, you know.
what you talking about? Yeah.
I'm so glad you did. That's the dip part. That's what you.
And I'm an old school Indian rock across the city.
Yeah, that's it.
So I was like, I did that, and I just felt like, man, try to do it where it could have like a old school feel to it, but still like call and response like the Indians. But I was like, but at the same time, like, man, you don't be wanting to do that the whole song. Like, you might want to rap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, try to put that in each verse. It worked out. You know what I'm saying? The format of the song, it just fit right. And then I heard the song. I was liking the song. Certain times I make the song and it's all right, but then I was hearing that shit and I was like, yeah, this bitch need a video. I called my partner, Dwight, the Wild Chopper Shooter. I was like, yo, we gotta shoot this video for this song. He was like, all right, what it is? I sent him the song. He was like, all right. Well, you want to do it? I work today and tomorrow, but we can do that bitch when I'm off Saturday. I was like, let's do this Saturday. And then I kind of wanted to do like Toby, but we ain't had the right equipment for it. Like, you know, Toby, the wee way, how that nigga just be having everybody in the fucking mint.
Yeah.
The camera just don't be no two. It'd be like one continuous shot and he back up and he come back. So originally we did the We Outside shit with no cuts. And it was supposed to be like, and that was my whole thing. Like, okay, I'm about to spit this whole song. And, you know, I couldn't remember that motherfucker. I tried, bro. I tried.
You want something crazy? Shout out to Jay Austin. Jay Austin was the first person I saw post you. When he posted it, that's when I got on it.
I fuck with Jay Austin. Jay Austin video always got the big fine women's. So
Yeah.
I had been on Jay Austin videos.
Yeah.
And I had been following his work. So even my first album, before that, Jay Austin was one of the first ones to like my last video because I think Nola Hip Hop, the Nola Hip Hop page posted. So Jay Austin, you know, he was like the first person I collaborated with. He the first ever person I collaborated with. We got a song, Big Chief. That shit dope. Make sure
Big Chief go hard. It go hard.
Probably the first Mardi Gras Indian got booties next to him on a video. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Jay Austin. You know
Shout out Jay Austin.
You know what I'm saying? And he made that on pop off because I ain't trying. You know, I ain't in no elements where I could be like, yeah, girls. I need video girls. I don't be having too many video girls on deck.
That makes
shout
sense.
out to him for having that whole thing. And then I also told him to get on We Outside remix. So the remix, man, that remix
Was he the first one? Who was first? It was so
was
many
first?
out.
What made you
Who
go
was
so
first?
long? Man, you had everybody in that motherfucker.
Man, so I dropped it. I think it really started to go viral when Wild Wayne posted it. Wild Wayne posted it, and yeah, my page just started blowing up for a minute, and then people just starting in the comments was like, "Bro, you got to get it on the remix." Some people just be talking, you know, and I'd be like, "Man, y'all don't really want to do no remix." And I can't remember who first it was. It might have been like Baby Boy asked to be on a remix, and I was like, I can really get these niggas on my remix. You know, like niggas don't be respecting Baby Boy.
Hey, shout out him.
Shout out Baby Boy.
But Baby Boy got a song that's gonna be remembered in New Orleans. Like that shit went to the Super Bowl.
Real
You know what
talk.
I'm saying? So like they don't be like that was the only person who I done seen Baby Boy had like niggas really was hating on him, and it was just all niggas was love. Like niggas was showing love in the video. And Baby Boy is the only one I was like, bro, they need to chill out hating on Baby Boy, bro. Because Baby Boy had 2 videos.
That boy dancing.
That boy hit that took it back with the flex.
That fucking motherfucker. You know yeah. Flexing in that bitch. And he did that shit just off the whim. Like, look, bro, I just got an idea. I got a violin. with T-Ray, and I need to figure out how I can make his. So I'm gonna have you flexing while he playing the violin. And he was like, all right, cool. And he made that shit pop. You know what I'm saying? So
He ran that bitch.
shout out to Baby Boy. Baby Boy was the first one to say that, and I was like, well, let me reach out. And people called me and was like, you need to put Iceberg on there. Now, I knew Iceberg. I knew Iceberg from Clubhouse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just knowing Clubhouse, I think that's how I even know Ziggy from Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So it just was like, you be in those rooms and you see everybody and people got different. And so I saw Iceberg. I was like, man, Iceberg could go right on here. Game Over Skip hit me up.
Yeah.
And he said he wanted to do it. And I was like, well, this dude can dance his ass off.
He danced his ass off on that too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, let me see what he got. So he come over and he doing it. Then I start thinking, I need a girl. And I reached out to Keely Black.
Shout out to Keely Black.
Keely Black came over. She recorded it. But it was just hard to film with Keely. I couldn't, like, you know, because Keely, you know, she got a family. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people got their bigger family. So it's just hard to get to film with her fast. So in that time, I was like, I need another girl. So I hit up 504 Icy Girl.
Gotcha.
Shout out
I
her.
fuck with Icy Girl too, and Poppy. Shout out to him. So I hit up them. Next thing you know, somebody was like, man, I can get Reedy for you. I was like, man, tell Reedy.
She did her thing.
Because Reedy cool.
Her and her son. I forgot
So
Riley.
So Reedy, I called Reedy. Reedy said she on the way. Man, that was the coolest. Reedy a dog in that studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Reedy
brought
could
the
really
baby.
rap.
Reedy was recording holding the baby.
Yeah.
Shout out Reedy, man.
Real talk.
E.D. right
Yeah.
now, Reedy. They were holding the baby in that thing. You know what I'm saying? So
It was cutting up.
Reedy Cole and just having all them on the song, and I was able to like piece like a little 9-person montage. I was like, man, because they was like, who you gonna stop on the remix? Now I really was waiting for Mia X. Mia X was who I hit up first. You know, she the Recording Academy president with the Grammys, so I was trying to get this on that ballot for Best American Roots Performance. And I was thinking, if you get her on there with the song, you know, she can't even promote nothing unless she on the project.
Gotcha.
Then I was thinking, then if you get her on the project, you start adding other people who are in the Recording Academy that actually could vote on it. You know what I'm saying? And I just started
Thinking
like
big.
reaching out to people,
Right.
and then I made in mind like a little collage. I was like, man, who would y'all want to see on there? And he just start tagging people, and then my DMs just start lighting up because people getting tagged 20 times in 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, man, you gotta put Mia X on there. And I done been to ask Mia X. Mia X been said she go do it. I'm just waiting for her to send a verse for it to be done. Now people in everybody DMs. They running that fiend to do it. They tell her, you know what I'm saying? Hot Boy Ronald then set it off too. Hot Boy Ronald.
I remember when he did his.
He was like, I could call Chopper for you.
Yeah. Chopper did.
Remember what Chopper did
it.
his, yo.
And then he was like, man, why you didn't try to get Dolomite?
I remember Dolomite one too.
It's like it's easy.
Right.
He's like, man, I'm gonna call him for you.
Yeah.
That's
love.
Yeah, man.
Dolomite
We need
came
more
over
of
to the
that.
house. Dolomite
I
recorded.
love hearing shit like that.
I ain't gonna lie, that song brought unity.
Unity.
It brought unity. across
Uptown,
the whole-
downtown, West Bank.
Yes.
Everything.
Yes.
Yeah, Miss T did it. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like so many people wanted to do it, and I just was, as long as you was cool with, you know. And then my thing was, I looked up what's the longest song. I had it on a Grammy ballot. We didn't win. But you know, I had it
you
on.
nominated.
You
As long as you
what
was
I'm saying?
nominated,
So
dog.
I wanted to do it. So hopefully, and that was the whole goal, was to try to get 25 people fucking nomination. They say, but you only get the trophy for 8, even if you do get it. So it's like, man, whatever. I thought for sure I thought to put the whole city on.
Dog.
Whole city was gonna have
Regardless of
two
that,
shows.
you did put the city on. Like, you brought the city together.
Yeah.
Like,
I tried, bro. I tried. So it's like, and then a lot of stuff I didn't do. Like now, I know I'm done with the We Outside remixes. So I know I can say who I did, who reached me out to me, and I didn't do it because I had to stop doing it with other people because I had too many people. Big Frida, Rob, Spitter,
yeah, we definitely looking for a spitter one.
Ghetto Twins.
Yeah.
Boy, that boy pulling legends out.
I'm about to say the legends, like people that been doing this, like.
I'm trying to think who else is other people, but it was like it started getting to so many people who had to be like Lil Yacht did one, but we in like were you in LV, but he just live in another state, so we ain't been able to film the thing yet. It's like I got people in other states who ain't been able to do it.
I'm a speak on a personal
He ain't
level.
able to do the thing because he live in Houston.
Damn, boy, I hear
On a
Ricky Beat
personal
so
level,
long.
if you made a 10-minute song,
Jubilee.
a 15-minute song, listen to that bitch.
It's 15 minutes. You
Ah,
can go
listen
from the
to
West
that
Bank to the
bitch.
East and that bitch still be on.
Real
Right.
fuck.
Listen to that bitch. Cause personally I fuck with a lot of people on it, but as a fan, I fuck with damn near everybody on it. Like growing up, listening to these people,
Yes.
you know, like man, that was monumental. I don't recall that ever happening like that with that many people. Has that ever happened?
I don't think so.
I don't think that ever happened.
And it's just, and all it was me just saying, I'm gonna pull up on you. If you got time to do your verse, do your verse. Hit a beat. If you don't have a studio, come over here. We'll record it over here. You need me to shoot a video. Where you live at? You don't feel right doing it where you grew up? You got a black business around there you like? Let's do it right there. Pull up on you. We only gonna do 3 shots. Let's do a close up. Let's do a far away. Let's do one where you move around and dance.
Boom.
Keep that shit in the middle. It's gonna be on the reel anyway, so we only using the middle of the fucking thing.
Right.
Right.
And it's gonna be ready tomorrow. It'll be online tomorrow. Niggas was like, it's
Quick
ready tomorrow.
turnaround.
Yeah, it'll be ready tomorrow. Like Nightwall Judy with all that booty.
All that
I edited that thing so
all
fast.
that.
I edited that thing so fast. I got home. I was like, it's done, bro. I called my partner that night, like, bro, I already edited the video. You could here. We can
So
post
you
that
was
thing
editing the
Saturday.
videos?
I was editing the videos too.
My man.
So my homie, he'll shoot the video. He put up on me, dump all the footage. I edit it up, and it should be ready in the morning. You know, most of the time. But I started working on Black Panther 2, doing the beat work for that for the red carpet. So I really had to chill out on the on the We Outside. So a lot of niggas didn't understand that. Like, bro, I got obligations. I didn't know this shit was gonna be popping.
Right.
Like,
Tell us about that. Tell us
Yeah.
about the Black
We wanna
Panther
know.
premiere and
I
all
was
that.
sitting behind Rihanna. That thing's so cool. I was looking at AC. I would be looking at AC. I'd be thinking, boy, I could take that nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't know what to do with that.
So you don't even know how to handle that, like your dream woman, like for like 2 rows in front of you.
Boy.
You know what I'm saying? So, but man, and that shit was just fire. I met it's this woman named Hannah Beekler, sister. She moved down here right before Katrina, been living here, and she's the Oscar-winning set designer
Yes.
for Black Panther.
Yes.
And she told me she wanted me to, like, you know, make her beaded hairdress and do all that stuff for like for the red carpet. And I'm actually gonna be on a show she got coming out. So that's
That's
what's
what's up.
That's
But I was just like, okay, I was like, I'll do it. Like, you can't say no to that.
Right.
So she was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna have Marvel pay for everything. Marvel will have you in the credits. And I was like, what?
Right.
What? Okay, cool. We doing this. So we get out there. I pull up at the hotel. She was like, yeah, what is this hotel? I was like, yeah, it's the Hollywood West London. Oh, all right. I didn't even realize that's the London that Young Thug be talking about.
The
Like,
London.
put me at the London. I was like,
Yeah.
nigga. So she was like, man, order whatever you want. And I'm sitting there still just being like a little nigga from the ninth ward. I'm like, man, let me not order too much.
You try
know
to-
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Gotta
So
be
then I go
humble.
to her room. She was like, come to my room, try the thing on me. So I was like, I had to get the sizing of it and put it on her head with her hairstyle to make sure it was going to fit before I made it. Because I had to bring all the materials because you can't fly with that shit. So I
Right.
wanted to make sure it didn't get messed up. I wanted to make it in a hotel. So she gave me like the master suite in the hotel. You know what I'm saying? I was in that thing like the huge biggest balcony in the whole hotel. And, you know, it's Cali. I'm just
So that video, when you in the balcony making a piece, that's her piece?
that's her headpiece for the
Wow.
for the red carpet. And I went to her room and I saw like 10 bottles of champagne and I was like, I want to order anything I want.
Yeah.
What I'm tripping for, you know what I'm saying? What am I doing up being reserved? I'm eating steak and sea bass and that motherfucker.
Living good. Eat shrimps and steaks.
Yeah, all that, you know, lobster fettuccine like Birdman.
Drinking with your
Yeah,
people.
you know what I'm saying? So I ordered all that up. My people came to the room. I was like, man, get what y'all want. Man, we a Marvel paying for this.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what
when
I'm
the that's when the
Iron Man paying for
that's
this.
when it all came out.
Real talk.
So yeah, it was cool, bro. It was real cool. And then got on the red carpet. You know, I'm out there looking at, you know, Angela Bassett and them. I'm like close with these dudes, like, you know, just, you know, we should boy that say to be with LeBron. So, man, I'm 36. Your boy,
Oh, him. Yeah, the comedian.
man, that man
Yeah.
on the red carpet. We talking it up like, man, I can't believe I'm here. He said, nigga, me neither.
So how did you keep your composure with all them stars? Did Did you
and
let
know,
your
outside was popping at the time? So I just was like, man, do I tell niggas that I'm popping? I was like, and I just talked, man, Raj Smooth, my manager. I talked to Raj.
Shout out Raj.
Shout out to Raj.
Raj Smooth, ooh boy,
the greatest DJ.
The greatest DJ.
greatest DJ in the world.
That boy gave us a class.
Raj, I was like, what you think? How should I go about this? Like, cause they telling me J and Beyonce might be there, Barack and Michelle might they invited. You never know who will be there. Mm-hmm. Like, how should I handle this? He like, nigga, act like you been there. I said, nigga, ain't nobody been here. What you talking about? Like, that ain't no advice. But he was like, bro, just don't just don't nobody want to come there with no tuxedo on and you be like, yeah, man, I'm about to do Louisiana Fest. Like, that's not. They don't care about that.
Right.
I was like.
That was good advice.
I knew that when I got back in the city, I was about to do Lil Louisiana Fest too. I was just like, man, life going good for me right now. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it was just real nice, just going up in there, going to the after party, being in the after party with Rihanna too. It was like she wasn't just at me at the premiere, like she was at the after party. So it was just dope, bro. And glad I got to be a part of that, man. Like God just been blessing the nigga. You hear me? Thank you, God. Fucking with you. You hear me?
Yes. Praise to the Most
Big
High.
God.
Yes.
Big God.
Yes. We're going to give you your flowers right now. You know, what you're doing is important to the culture. You know, you paying homage. You're doing what you need to do. So, you know, from OC Chronicles, we fuck with you, you know.
For sure.
For sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
What's next?
Mardi Gras coming, February 21st. I'm at the house just sewing, you know what I'm saying? Making sure I be out there in the streets. Every festival in New Orleans look like I at least got some kind of contact with them right now. So 2023, you should be able to catch me there. I know for sure it's announced Jazz Fest, I'll be there. They should announce by the time this air. I'm at French Quarter Fest too. Mm-hmm. So every festival that y'all go to, y'all can pull up and catch me this year. And I just got shows. I'm trying not to do too much in February because Mardi Gras coming, but that's it. You know, just get that new suit, and that's it. Like, the music is cool, but at the end of the day, I got to have that new suit. I'm an Indian before.
Yeah.
Right.
So, one last thing. What's the do's and don'ts to engine? I'm going to say it like that every time. You hear me? What's the do's and don'ts to engine down here in New Orleans? Like, what's the do's and don'ts?
It's lots of them.
Give me a top 3 of each.
You don't let nobody wear your suit to no costume party or nothing. That's not what it's made for. It's made for serious ritual purposes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you sewing your own suit or if you're not sewing your own suit, at least put your own hand on your suit. Like, you can't have no Indian suit where you didn't do something. I know they got a lot of people who have like problems happen and they have help at home. You got a wife and kids might help you. You're a neighbor, but you gotta put your hands on it. That's rule number 1. You gotta do your own work. And don't hurt nobody. You gotta remember that. You know, we got a lot of people that want this. You know, even cultural traditions and stuff that black people and kept sacred. They want that to end. So you can't give them no fuel to possibly end that. So, you know, I know sometimes you're drunk before you leave the house. But you got to remember that, you know, in this Indian stuff, don't hurt nobody. And if you're selling my picture, if you come in and you're trying to sell photos, respect the culture. You got people meeting, don't hop in the middle because I really kick the shit out you.
Horse. Don't get it confused.
Don't play with him. Okay.
It's every year.
Gotcha. But this has been OC Chronicles. It's been a pleasure. Yes. Flagboy Giz.
Yes. In this bit.
Music, movie premieres, just sewing.
All type of shit.
All type of shit.
Yes.
Bringing the whole New Orleans together. West side, up, you know what I'm saying? Up and downtown.
Everybody.
Everybody.
But if you want to be informed about this Indian culture, watch this podcast. Like, share, subscribe.
Where they can find you at?
Flagboy Giz everywhere.
Spell it out.
Flag, Flagboy Giz, Giz. So Flagboy Giz on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that. You know what I'm saying? Just Flagboy Giz, TikTok, all that.
Yeah, for sure.
This been
we outside.
Chronicles.
We outside.
We outside.
We outside.